Today's podcast is more for organizational governance. As you know, whenever we run organizations, we find that especially in countries like India, Bangladesh, Brazil, and multiple similar SAARC countries, there are a lot of family-driven organizations. I've always spoken in my sessions that I have very less found that a good, decent family organization thrives below the fourth generations. It's primarily, or rather below the above the third generation. It's primarily because the transmission from the second or third generation power don't comes. Now this is also a similar kind of thing that we have seen in history. If you study the history of Mughals or history of the ancient Romans, the history of the Elizabeth era, you'll find that when generations are not strong enough, they cannot drive countries or organizations. That's the reason, whenever I work with organizations who are more of family driven, I always say that you have to work through values, beliefs and ethos. But the generations who are taking over, they need to understand the movement of business and the way they want to drive business, because the previous generation, the way they used to drive business, and the current generation, with all the gadgets, with all the technologies, with all the value systems been coming up, cannot run business in the same way. And if they know how to run the business properly, only then the business can actually thrive beyond the third or fourth generation. And only when someone offers a great culture, a great value, a great ethos. Great culture and value cannot happen if the promoters think only about themselves. They say at times that they think about others, but is it true? Many a times, no, it is not true. It is more of a lip service. When they truly think that yes, collectively the organization is built, only then organizations thrive. Not when they think collectively organization is built by the family. When they feel that collectively organizations are built by also the people in the organization who sweat a lot, who work hard, who burn the midnight oil, who leave their families and travel all around to ensure that the organization is building a strong foundation and pillars to not only get stabilized but to grow. Because these are the things that a true professional does. These are the things that gets unnoticed when the professional work, because the professional is not there to blow up the trumpets. The professionals are there to build the organization, to play the World Cup in a way that the team wins, so the organization wins and excels and stabilizes towards a strong foundation and growth. Once the promoter really understands that it's important to also give good financial stability for those people who are toiling hard for the organization for their whole life, only then those organizations sustain. Only then those organizations grow to that level what it should grow. Let me give you some example. Organizations like BMW, they have always worked towards giving lifelong value, lifelong financial support to their people who builds those organizations. When you have organization that gives you lifelong support, then the employees give more than 100% to ensure that the organization becomes an enterprise. And that is a win-win situation for everyone around, right from the investors to the consumers to the organization to the employees, and everything amalgamates into a beautiful story together. If you're one of those promoters who wants to truly build enterprise, do understand the essence of this podcast. Do listen as many times that you want, so that you not only work for yourself and your blood relations, you work for those people who have left their families behind and is working for the organization and is toiling so hard that this organization can not only build itself for today, it sustains for tomorrow. And then if you really work towards in totality, this will emancipate a great story for the next 100 years, next 200 years, so on and so forth, to have one more great organization on a build-up. Thank you so much. Signing out.